day is gently falling away now. The edges of thought are softening. The world around you can grow quiet for a while as you ease into a softer place inside yourself. For these next moments, there is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to achieve, just a slow settling, like snowflakes drifting down onto a still, calm hillside. Imagine that evening has come to a quiet mountain valley. The air is cool and clear. Above, the sky is a deep, soft blue, with the last light of the day fading at the horizon. Everything feels unhurried, peaceful, and kind. You are arriving at a small, hidden hot spring high in the mountains. The path beneath your feet is gentle and steady. Pine needles cushion each step. The faint scent of earth and stone and distant trees lingers in the air. As you come closer, you notice a fine, pale steam rising into the evening. It curls and drifts slowly, like a soft breath exhaled into the night. The sound of quiet water reaches you, low and soothing, like a whisper you don't need to understand. Pause here for a moment, just at the edge of this place. Feel how the air is cool against your skin. Then notice how the warmth from the spring touches the space around you, like a gentle welcome. Coolness and warmth meeting and mixing, easing together. Your breath moves the same way. Cool as it comes in, softly warmer as it leaves. Nothing forced, nothing controlled. Just the simple rhythm of in and out, like water moving in a calm, steady stream. With each breath in, the body knows it is being cared for. With each breath out, a little more of the day can melt away. Thoughts, worries, plans, they can all loosen their grip and drift off like mist over the mountainside. Now step a little closer to the hot spring. The stone around it is smooth and steady beneath your feet. Soft steam brushes across your face, tender and warm. It feels like the mountain itself is breathing with you, slow and deep, sharing its quiet strength. You settle beside the water. Here, you are completely safe. The world beyond these mountains can wait. Here, in this gentle place, you are held by the land, by the warm air, by the easy rhythm of water. Listen to the spring for a while. Hear how it murmurs softly, never hurried, never loud. Little ripples tap against the rocks, again and again, steady and calm. The sound seems to smooth the rough edges inside your mind, rounding them, softening them, until they dissolve. Breathing in, notice how the chest rises on its own. Breathing out, feel the shoulders drop a little, the jaw loosen, the muscles of the face becoming softer. Each exhale is like releasing a small stone you'd been carrying without even knowing it. You place it gently down beside you and let it be. Above, the evening sky deepens. Twilight wraps itself around the valley like a soft, dark blanket. The air grows quieter, as if the whole mountain is settling into its own rest. You are part of that rest now. Feel the support beneath your body, the steady ground, ancient and unmoving. It holds you without effort, without asking anything in return. You can give your weight to it completely and know you will not fall. Warmth from the hot spring reaches your skin, slowly, kindly. Wherever tension has been living in your body, it begins to loosen. Forehead, eyes, cheeks, neck, shoulders, arms, all of them easing like tight knots gently untying under warm, patient hands. You might imagine dipping your fingertips into the water. It is perfectly warm, neither too hot nor too cool. The surface is silky, sliding around your skin, welcoming you. Tiny waves move outward from your touch, then smooth themselves out again, returning to calm. This is how your thoughts can be here. A small ripple, then quiet again. A memory, a plan, a sentence half formed. And then it moves on, softening, fading into the stillness around you. In this place, nothing is urgent. Time stretches, slow and gentle. Each breath feels longer, deeper, more relaxed. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to rest. Notice the simple comfort of being warm enough, safe enough, held enough. The mountain rises around you like a wide, steady embrace. Tall shapes of trees stand nearby, silent and calm, as if they are watching over this little pool of light and warmth. You are not alone here. You are quietly supported by everything around you. Let your breathing match the pace of the spring. Imagine the water bubbling up from within the earth, then flowing out, again and again, without hurry. In, the water gathers. Out, the water releases. In, your lungs fill gently. Out, your body softens a little more. If any thoughts of the day return, you can simply notice them from this resting place. They are like leaves drifting on the surface of the pool. You see them, acknowledge them, and then allow the slow current to carry them to the far edge, out of sight. Nothing to fix, nothing to solve. Here by the quiet hot spring, it is enough just to feel the warmth on your skin, to feel the coolness of the evening air brushing past your face, to feel the steady ground beneath you, solid and sure. Inside, a sense of grounding begins to grow. Like roots reaching gently into the soil, you feel more connected to this moment, more at ease, more settled. Your body knows how to do this. It knows how to unwind, how to rest, when given time and kindness. The gentle steam continues to rise around you, like a soft veil between you and the outside world. It blurs the edges of anything sharp or demanding. Everything becomes rounder, quieter, easier. You are wrapped in warmth and evening and the soft song of water. Allow your breath to become almost invisible now, so natural that you hardly need to pay attention. In the spaces between breaths, there is only stillness, a wide, open quiet, like the calm surface of a deep, clear lake at night. If the mind wants to wander, it can wander gently here, following the shape of a stone at the water's edge, drifting with the steam as it rises and fades, or simply resting in the feeling of being safe, being warm, being gently watched over by the mountains. Nothing is expected of you. You do not have to be anything other than how you are in this exact moment. Tired, awake, halfway between. All of it is welcomed here beside the spring. Let your body grow a little heavier now. Let it sink more fully into the support beneath you. Imagine the earth receiving your weight with quiet gratitude, as if it has been waiting to hold you like this. You are allowed to let go. The soft murmur of the water continues, constant and reassuring. It is a quiet promise that you can return to this feeling whenever you need to. Warmth, safety, ease, the slow, steady rhythm of breath and water and night. As the sky above deepens into full darkness, the world narrows to what is close and kind. The warmth against your skin, the slow comfort in your chest, the easy, soothing sound of the spring. Stay here as long as you like, resting beside the calm, gentle water, breathing softly, held by the mountain's quiet strength, drifting slowly, peacefully, into deeper and deeper rest. Evening is beginning to lean gently over the mountains. The light is softer now, easy on tired eyes. The air is cool and clean, the kind of cool that clears the mind without ever feeling harsh. All around, tall pines rise in quiet rows, dark green against the fading sky, holding a steady calm that seems to rest over everything. A narrow path winds ahead. It's simple, familiar, and safe, as if it has been walked many times before. Each step lands on packed earth and small needles of fallen pine. With every footfall, there is a soft, steady crunch, a quiet rhythm that slowly begins to match the rhythm of your own breathing. The day has left traces in the body, little echoes of thoughts, conversations, tasks, and plans. As you start along this path, those echoes are still nearby, like distant voices far back down the mountain. They are there, but they no longer need anything from you. Up here, the air is too clear and the sky too gentle for them to matter very much. You walk at an easy pace. No rush, no reason to hurry. The path knows where it is going, and your feet know how to follow. The ground is firm and reassuring beneath each step, holding you in place even as you move forward. On either side, the pines rise close together, tall and quiet. Their trunks are dark and steady, like pillars holding up the sky. Overhead, their branches move with the faintest sway, brushing softly against one another when a slow breeze slips through. That movement makes a low, hushed sound, almost like a whisper, almost like a gentle sigh. The scent of pine is all around, clean, cool, and slightly sweet. You can almost feel it in the chest as you breathe. With every slow inhale, the air moves in, brushing against the inside of the nose, sliding down into the lungs, bringing with it a sense of space and steadiness. With every exhale, the shoulders can drop just a little more. The light between the trees is dimming in the nicest way. Not dark, just softer. The sky above the branches is fading from bright blue into muted shades of evening, the kind of colors that seem to ask nothing at all. They are simply there, quiet and kind. Your footsteps make that same gentle crunch again and again. Crunch, and then a little pause. Crunch, and then a quiet, easy breath. The path curves slightly, the way old mountain paths do, following the land rather than forcing it. You follow without thinking, letting the body find its own smooth, natural rhythm. With each curve, the world behind you feels farther away. The weight of the day loosens its grip, almost without you noticing. A thought may rise, then drift off, like a leaf sliding off a branch and settling on the forest floor. Here, thoughts do not need to be held. They can just come, and then softly go. The air is cooler in the shade of the pines. It brushes gently against the skin of your face, your hands, any place where fabric does not cover. That coolness is refreshing, but also soothing, like a soft cloth laid over a tired forehead. The body understands this air. It knows it is safe here. Far ahead, almost too quiet to catch at first, there is a new sound, a soft, steady murmur, like water moving over stone. It is faint, carried on the wind in small waves. You do not need to strain to hear it. You can just allow the ears to notice it when they do. The sound comes and goes between the trunks of the pines, gentle and welcoming. With that sound comes the first hint of warmth on the air. Not strong yet, just the slightest trace. Beneath the coolness of pine and soil, there is a thin thread of something softer, warmer. A hint of mineral scent, clean and earthy, like warm stones after a light rain. It reaches you slowly, mixing with the pine until the two are almost one. The mind recognizes what it means, even before any clear thought forms. Somewhere ahead, beyond the trees, the water waits, quiet, steady, warm. You can't see it yet, but its presence can be felt. A gentle promise resting just out of sight. Your steps fall into a deeper, more peaceful rhythm now. The crunch of the path grows slower, more even. Every time your foot lifts, the body feels a moment of lightness. Every time it lands, the body feels a small, sure grounding. A reminder that you are supported. Step and release, step and release. The pines seem to lean in around you, not to press, but to shelter. Their branches filter the air, soften the light, quiet the world. A small bird shifts somewhere high above, the faint flutter of wings barely heard. A cone drops in the distance, landing with a muted tap on the forest floor. Even these sounds feel gentle and slow, part of the same calm rhythm. As you breathe, notice how different this air feels from the air of the day. There is no dryness of busy rooms, no heaviness of loud streets. Here, each breath moves in like a quiet wave and moves out just as quietly. The chest softens, the neck loosens. The muscles around the jaw can let go, just a little more, as if they do not need to hold anything now. You walk on, following the curve of the path as it weaves between roots and stones. Your body adjusts naturally, shifting weight, finding balance with ease. There is nothing to figure out, nothing to solve. The path carries you as much as you walk it. All you need to do is keep moving at this steady, unhurried pace. The sound of water is closer now. Still soft, still low, but clearer. It has that round, continuous tone that warm water makes as it rises and flows, never sharp, never rushed. It feels like a voice that has been speaking calmly for a very long time, patient and unchanging. With each step, the faint warmth in the air grows a little stronger. The coolness of the pines is still there, but beneath it, that gentle heat is building, subtle and steady. You can sense it on your cheeks, the tip of your nose, the skin of your hands. Not hot, just pleasantly warm, like the memory of sunlight held in a stone after dusk. The path begins to open up just slightly at first. The trees thin, and the sky between them widens. More of that soft evening light filters in, pale and tender where it touches the ground. You can see a lighter space ahead, where the woods ease back and make room. That hint of mineral scent is clearer here. It is still delicate, but now it carries a sense of depth, of water that has moved through rock for a long, long time. A clean, earthy warmth that feels grounding and kind. As you draw it in with each breath, something in the body responds, loosening, as if invited to rest. The last of the day's tightness continues to slip away, step by gentle step. The muscles of the back soften. The hands feel less ready to grip, more ready to simply rest by your sides. Even the thoughts that used to seem so pressing have lost their sharp edges here. They feel far off and unimportant, like lights in a town you can barely see from a distant hill. Ahead, the narrow trail widens into the hint of a small clearing. The pines on either side give way, creating a soft boundary between forest and open space. You pause for a moment at the edge, feeling the difference in the air. The cool shade behind you, the gentle, rising warmth ahead. Just beyond the line of trees, there is a glow you can sense more than see. Not bright, not harsh, simply a presence of warmth and quiet light where the water rests. The sound of the spring is clearer here, a low, even murmur, like a soft conversation that never needs to end. It reaches out to you in waves of calm. You stand in this in-between place, where the pine path meets the open space near the water. The ground beneath your feet is still firm and familiar. The tall trees still stand nearby, watching over you like patient guardians. And ahead, the warmth of the spring waits, gentle and welcoming, ready whenever you are. For now, there is nothing you need to do. Just breathe in the cool, pine-scented air, touched with that hint of warm stone and water. Feel the steadiness of the earth, the softness of the evening, the quiet promise of rest that lies just beyond the trees. Each breath can be a small settling, each exhale a soft release. The forest holds you in calm stillness, the distant water speaks in its quiet way. And you can simply be here, at the edge of this clearing, body easing, mind unwinding, gently drifting toward deeper rest. The trees thin around you, and the forest begins to open. Cool night air brushes over your face, soft and clear, and the quiet hush of the world seems to deepen as the path widens ahead. Step by unhurried step, you come out of the sheltering branches and into a small, hidden clearing. It feels like a secret place, tucked gently into the mountainside, held in a quiet kind of stillness. In front of you, the land dips down into a smooth, shallow hollow. There, resting calmly in the center, is the mountain spring. The surface of the water is still and dark, like a piece of night gathered into a gentle pool. Faint curls of steam rise slowly into the air, drifting and loosening as they go, like small, quiet clouds that never hurry. The night sky leans over the clearing, broad and patient. Its soft light touches the water, and you can see a dim reflection, blurred and shimmering on the surface. Stars seem to float in the pool, scattered and delicate, as though the sky has dipped down to rest here. Everything feels hushed, as if this place is breathing in a slow, even rhythm. Around the edges of the spring, smooth rocks form a natural rim. They glow faintly in the dim light, shapes softened by age and time. You can almost feel the warmth coming off them, even from where you stand, like a gentle invitation reaching quietly through the cool air. Nothing presses you to move. Nothing demands your attention. The soft sound of water touches your ears, a quiet, easy lapping against stone. Very slight, barely their movements as the spring shifts and settles. Each sound is slow and rounded, like a calm, steady heartbeat in the background of the night. You stand for a moment at the edge of the trees, simply taking in this sheltered space. The open sky above, the smooth, dark water, the small curls of steam that lift and thin and fade, always drifting yet never in a rush. All of it wrapped in a sense of stillness that begins to settle gently into your chest. As you step out fully into the clearing, the ground feels firm and familiar beneath your feet. Every movement is unhurried. The coolness of the night brushes over your skin, but ahead, from the spring, a warmer air reaches back toward you. It feels like crossing a soft boundary, leaving the restless outside world just a little farther behind. You move closer, and the quiet sounds of the spring deepen. Tiny ripples shift along the edge where warm water meets stone. A soft, almost secret whisper of movement, as though the spring is murmuring in its own slow language. Each breath you take falls into step with that steady, gentle rhythm. The air above the water is pleasantly warm now, brushing your face, your hands, with a light, soothing touch. Steam curls around you in thin, pale threads, rising and then disappearing into the cool night. It doesn't cling. It simply passes, like a thought that comes and goes without effort. Standing at the edge, You look down at the surface of the spring. The reflection of the sky wavers slightly, shifting as tiny movements of water pass underneath. A star glimmers, then softens, then returns, as if the night itself is breathing through the pool. The darkness of the water feels deep and kind, steady and welcoming, never cold, never harsh. The rocks at your feet are smoothed by time and warmed from within by the spring. You can almost sense how long they have been here. Years upon years of quiet days and quiet nights, holding the same gentle heat, watching steam rise and fade. This place feels old in a comforting way, like something that has been patiently waiting, with no urgency, for exactly this moment. You come a little closer and reach out toward one of the stones. Your fingertips meet its surface, and warmth flows gently into your skin. Not hot, not sharp, just a deep, even heat that spreads out under your hand, easing the last traces of chill from the night air. As you rest your palm fully on the rock, you feel a slow, grounded strength beneath its smooth surface. The warmth seeps into your hand, into your fingers, and then into your wrist and arm. It travels in its own unhurried way, passing from stone to skin, from skin to muscle, softening any tightness it finds. Your shoulders feel a little looser. Your breath settles a little deeper. The spring gives its comfort easily, without taking anything in return. Steam slips around your face in delicate wisps. You catch the faint, clean scent of mineral-rich water, simple and pure. The air is neither heavy nor light, just perfectly balanced, like a soft blanket laid over your senses. Each inhale feels fuller, each exhale a little longer, as the body begins to understand that it is safe here. The world beyond this clearing grows distant. Any sounds from far away are blurred, softened by the warm air and the steady hush of the water. Here, only the present moment is clear. The feel of stone under your hand, the gentle warmth brushing your skin, the quiet shimmering of water settling again and again into stillness. You ease yourself down to sit at the edge of the spring, choosing a smooth rock that fits your body as if it has known you for a long time. The stone is warmed through, holding the heat of the spring like a quiet promise. As you lower your weight onto it, your muscles begin to release, no longer holding themselves upright against the day. The rock supports you completely, without effort, without strain. Your feet rest near the water's edge, close enough to feel the radiant warmth. A barely there touch of heat rises around your ankles, soothing and calm. It is like standing near a gentle fire, but with no flicker, no harshness. Only a steady, enveloping comfort that wraps around you from the ground up. The surface of the spring lies just in front of you, smooth and dark and welcoming. Tiny rings of movement appear now and then, as if the water is stretching and settling, then smoothing itself back into stillness. Each small ripple catches the light and then lets it go again, like tiny sighs of contentment. Watching these shifts, your mind begins to move more slowly, more softly. The stones at your side are warm under your fingertips. You might let one hand trail along their edges, feeling each gentle curve and dip, tracing the shapes carved by countless seasons. Every texture is calm and rounded, nothing sharp, nothing abrupt. It is as if even the rocks have learned how to rest. Heat from the spring travels through the stones into your legs, your hips, your back. It spreads with a kind of patient kindness, easing places that were tight without you even noticing. The muscles along your neck soften. The line of your jaw releases. Around your eyes, small tensions melt away, almost without your awareness. Inside, thoughts slow like settling snow. They drift down, land softly, and grow still. You don't have to push anything away. In this quiet clearing, with the gentle spring beside you, the mind naturally begins to match the slow rhythm of the water. The feeling grows that this place has been here for a very long time, waiting in simple, steady patience, waiting through days of sun and nights of stars, waiting through winds and rains and quiet, clouded skies. And now, in this peaceful moment, it feels as though it has opened its calm embrace just for you. Here, by the edge of the warm spring, you are unseen and completely safe. The mountains stand around you, silent and protective. The sky watches over you with its soft, distant lights, reflected in the water at your feet. Nothing is required. Nothing needs to be done. All that matters is the steady warmth against your body, the quiet air moving in and out of your lungs, the soft, constant presence of the water. Each breath deepens your sense of belonging here. Each exhale releases another thin layer of effort, another small piece of the day that you no longer need to hold. Warm stone supports you. Gentle steam drifts past. The spring's quiet movements murmur on in the background, comforting in their sameness. You can feel the first waves of tension loosening and flowing out of your body, as if they are being gently drawn away by the calm, dark water. Time here has no sharp edges. Moments blend one into another, like ripples smoothing back into a glassy surface. You are simply here, resting at the edge of the spring, wrapped in warmth and night and stillness. The body unwinds a little more with each passing breath, and the mind drifts in easy circles, quieter and quieter. Nothing to chase, nowhere to go. Only the soft, enduring comfort of this hidden clearing, and the steady, welcoming presence of the warm, quiet waters beside you. The mountain air is quiet and soft now. Night holds everything in a gentle hush. Steam rises in slow curls from the hot spring, and the warmth of it reaches out, wrapping the space in a tender, comforting glow. Nearby, the water moves with an easy rhythm. Not loud, just a steady, flowing sound, like a slow, quiet breath. Like a peaceful heartbeat close to the surface of the earth. Take a moment to arrive here beside the water. Nothing to rush, nothing to do. Just this simple, restful place in the mountains, holding you with steady patience. Notice where the body wants to settle. Perhaps there is a smooth, warm stone calling to you, worn gentle by time and weather, or a soft patch of earth, dry and yielding, shaped as if it has been waiting for you. Trust the place that feels most inviting, the spot that seems to say, rest here. Slowly lower yourself down. Let the body come closer to the ground, closer to the warmth. Feel how the earth rises quietly to meet you, supporting you without effort. As you sit or gently recline, become aware of the surface beneath you. If you are on the stone, notice its warmth, held from the sun of the day and the steam of the spring. Smooth against your body, firm, and yet somehow kind. If you are on the soft earth, feel how it gives under your weight, shaping itself to you, cradling you. The body may shift a little at first, adjusting. A small movement in the shoulders. A change in how the lower back rests. A quiet search for that position where everything feels just right. Allow this small search. There is time. Every little movement is simply the body finding its way into comfort. Nothing has to be perfect. Just easy enough. Feel your weight beginning to sink down. Hips heavy. Thighs supported. the back loosening as it leans into stone or earth or perhaps a smooth curve of rock behind you. Notice where you are held, along the length of the spine, at the back of the ribs, under the shoulder blades. Become aware of these steady points of contact, like many gentle hands beneath you, saying, "You can let go now." The sound of the water continues close by. A soft lap, a quiet swirl, a tiny overflow that falls and joins again. In and out, over and over. A slow, natural rhythm that the body understands without effort. Let your awareness drift to your feet. Feel if they are planted on the ground or stretched out, or resting on a warm stone. Sense the contact, toes, arches, heels. Imagine the warmth from the spring slowly reaching them, soothing, easing, like a faint glow spreading upward. Ankles grow soft and relaxed. Calves release their grip. Any tightness there begins to loosen, as if a gentle hand were smoothing it away. Shins and knees feel held, supported from beneath. No need to hold them up. The heaviness moves up into the thighs. The strong muscles there no longer need to stay engaged. They can rest, fully and deeply, trustingly. The stone or earth carries their weight without question. Notice how the hips feel, settled where you are resting. If there has been tension there, a sense of holding or bracing, imagine it slowly unwinding. Like a tight knot that is not pulled apart, just allowed to loosen. Thread by thread, breath by breath. The water keeps its gentle rhythm. A soft, repeating sound, like a quiet drum far inside the mountain. Each small movement of water saying, "Stay, rest, be easy." Now let your attention move to the lower back. Feel how it leans against support. If there is any small arch or strain, gently allow it to soften. Let the curve of your back melt a little more into what holds you. The middle of the back rests more deeply now. Ribs expanding and softening with each breath. With every exhale, the back feels just a touch heavier, a touch more surrendered to the steady presence beneath. The shoulders may still be holding on. They are used to carrying so much. Quietly notice them. Are they lifted or tight or pulled forward? On the next long, slow exhale, imagine the shoulders dropping. Not forced, just encouraged to drift downward, as if the pull of the earth is very gentle, but very steady. The stone, the earth, the mountain itself is saying, "I have you. You can let this fall away." Feel the weight spreading across the upper back, the back of the ribs, the shoulder blades. There is more surface touching now. More of you being held. More of the body remembering how to lean, how to be carried. The arms begin to rest in their own way. Hands placed wherever they feel at ease. On your lap, by your sides, perhaps resting on the warm stone beside the water. Notice how the fingers slowly uncurl, how the palms open without needing to do anything. There is no work in the wrists, no effort in the forearms. They are simply lying there, still and quiet. The warmth from the spring seems to reach them too, soaking into the skin, easing the small muscles, calming the tiny, constant movements that usually go unnoticed. Now bring awareness to the neck, this small, important bridge between body and head, so often holding tension, holding the weight of thoughts and worries. Feel how the neck is supported, perhaps by the curve of stone behind you, perhaps by a soft roll of earth. Imagine that support becoming a little more solid, a little more sure, as if the mountain itself has shaped a resting place just for your head. Gently allow the head to become heavy, as if it is a smooth stone itself, being placed carefully on a soft bed of moss, the back of the skull sinking, the jaw loosening, the cheeks soft. Notice the space between the teeth. Let it widen just a little. The tongue can rest, quiet and broad, at the floor of the mouth. Even the muscles around the eyes can soften, as if the night air is smoothing them from the outside. Breath moves in and out, calmer now. It does not need to be deep or perfect. Natural breath is enough, easy and unforced. With every exhale, the body seems to remember more clearly how to relax. The sound of the water beside you becomes a gentle companion. Its rhythm is slow and patient, almost like a calm heart beating in the dark. In its steady sound, you might sense a kind of reassurance, a quiet promise that this moment is safe, that it is all right to be completely at ease. Above, the sky is wide and still. Around, the mountains stand silent and strong. You are held between them. The soft warmth of the spring on one side, the firm strength of the earth on the other. Feel how the whole body is supported. From the soles of the feet, all the way up through the legs, the hips, the spine. Across the shoulders, into the neck, beneath the head. Every part of you is touching something that says, rest here, stay as long as you like. There is nothing to fix, nothing to solve, nothing to change about this moment. Comfort does not need to be chased. It is already here, underneath you, around you, inside your slow, easy breathing. If any small area of tension remains, you do not need to force it away. Just notice it as part of you still learning how to relax. Offer it the same warmth the spring offers the air. Gentle, patient, kind. With each quiet breath, the mind begins to soften too. Thoughts may still drift by, but they move like distant clouds over a still lake. They come and go, while deeper down, everything stays calm and unmoving. The water's soft rhythm continues, a familiar, tender pulse at the edge of hearing. In time, your breathing and the movement of the water seem to settle into the same slow pace. Inhale, and the water gathers. Exhale, and it flows on. The body grows heavy in the best possible way. A pleasant weight, a sense of belonging to the earth, of being placed exactly where you are meant to be. Held, warmed, supported. Here beside the hot spring, in the quiet of the mountain night, you can simply rest. No effort, no striving, just this gentle stillness. The warmth, the steady stone, the soft earth, the quiet water. All of them are watching over you in silence. Breath slows. The mind grows quieter, and you settle even more deeply into this peaceful, waiting place, drifting softly toward deeper and deeper rest. The night air is cool around the hot spring now, quiet and open, the kind of cool that makes every bit of warmth feel even softer. Steam rises from the surface of the water in slow, gentle waves. It lifts and curls upward, drifting into the dark mountain air. Each breath of steam moves at its own unhurried pace, never in a rush, never in a straight line. The warm mist floats up, folds in on itself, and then unfurls again, like a soft ribbon, loosening and loosening as it climbs. It thins as it rises, turning more delicate, more transparent, until it simply melts into the night. All around, the mountains are quiet and still. Their shapes are only a feeling in the darkness, a steady presence in the distance. Above, pale light from the moon and distant stars brushes the drifting steam. The mist catches that faint light for a moment, then lets it go. The air near the water feels different from the air a few steps away. Close to the surface, warmth gathers and rises, carried by the steam. Higher up, the night stays cool and calm, holding everything in a soft balance. Breathing here feels easy. The cool air meets the warmth around the face, creating a gentle contrast. Each inhale carries a hint of the hot spring softness. Each exhale seems to blend into the slow motion of the rising steam. Notice the way the steam moves, almost like breathing. It rises, then pauses, then fades. A slow lifting, a moment of stillness, then a dissolving back into the sky, again and again, without effort, without end. Tiny droplets of warmth brush against the skin now and then. They kiss the cheeks, the forehead, the tip of the nose. Delicate touches of heat, barely there, then gone. Like soft, warm snowflakes that melt before they can land. Closer to the water, the steam is thicker and more visible. It curls in loose spirals, folding and opening, folding and opening. Shapes form for a heartbeat and then slip away, turning into something else. Nothing holds on for long. Thoughts can be like that too. They rise into awareness, form a shape, and then drift away again. They do not need to be held. They can come and they can go, just as the steam does. Now the focus narrows to one simple thing. Just the steam and the night and the feeling of being here. Watching how the warm mist lifts from the water and reaches for the cool air above. Notice how some strands of steam move quickly, then slow down as they meet the colder air. They twist gently, as though changing their minds, and drift sideways. Others rise straight up for a while, then spread out and disappear into the darkness. Nothing about this movement is sharp or sudden. Every motion is smooth, rounded and soft, like a calm thought that never quite finishes its sentence. Breath can follow that same gentle rhythm. A long, slow inhale, drawn in as the steam rises. A quiet, unhurried exhale, released as the steam thins and dissolves. The body understands this pattern easily, without needing any effort. With each breath, the outside world feels farther away. The mind begins to mirror the softness of the mist. Edges blur, harsh lines smooth out, and everything feels a little more fluid, a little more free. Notice how peaceful it is to simply watch something that asks nothing in return. The steam does not demand attention. It is just there, moving in its own calm way, whether anyone is looking or not. Awareness can rest in that simple act of watching, not analyzing, not describing, just softly observing, like looking through a window at light rain without needing to step outside. When thoughts drift in, they can be seen the same way. A passing strand of steam, rising, curling, and then fading. A brief shape in the air that does not stay for long. Some thoughts may seem thicker, like the denser clouds close to the water. They may feel heavy for a moment, full and present. But even those, given time, begin to thin. They stretch out, loosen, and dissolve into something lighter. The cool mountain night holds all of this with a quiet kindness. The earth beneath is steady and supportive. The air above is open and spacious. Between them, the steam moves in a calm dance of warmth and chill. From time to time, a soft breath of wind passes overhead. It gently nudges the mist, guiding it into new patterns. A curl becomes a wave becomes a veil, and then everything smooths out again. The eyes in this softness do not need to focus sharply. They can relax, letting the steam blur into gentle shapes, light and dark, warm and cool, mixing at the edge of awareness. Inside, the pace of inner speech slows. Sentences trail off more quickly now. Spaces of quiet grow longer between one thought and the next. Those quiet spaces begin to feel familiar, like a comfortable place to rest. Breathing continues, slow and deep. In warm, gentle air around the face. Out, a soft stream of breath joining the night. The body settles a little deeper into stillness with each cycle. Attention drifts up with the steam now. It climbs a few feet above the water, hovering where the warmth meets the cool night. In that place, everything is softer, like fabric that has been worn smooth by time. Here, thoughts lose some of their weight. They turn more transparent, easier to see through, easier to pass through. They feel less like solid objects and more like light wisps of cloud. Imagining them as clouds in a quiet sky, they float by with ease. Some are close, some far away. Some linger for a moment, others pass almost before they are noticed. None of them need to be chased or held or pushed away. The steam continues its gentle rising. Always new, always changing, yet always the same steady motion. Upward, outward, dissolving, resting. Warm droplets brush the skin again in small, random touches. Each one is a tiny reminder of comfort, of safety, of ease. The body understands these signals and lets go a little more. Muscles loosen without needing any command. The jaw softens. The shoulders drop a fraction. Even the small muscles around the eyes release their grip. Everything inside follows the pattern of the steam. Tightness rises, unfurls, and fades. Thoughts rise, unfurl, and fade. Awareness stays, calm and clear, like the mountain itself. The night feels deeper now. The sky above seems wider, though it remains unseen. The world is reduced to just a few gentle elements. Warm water, cool air, and slow, steady steam. Each breath blends with those elements. Inhaling the calm of the mountain night. Exhaling the remains of the day, letting them rise and drift away with the mist. Soon, even the idea of time feels softer. Moments stretch, like the long, thin threads of steam reaching upward. One moment melts into the next, with no need to keep track. Awareness can simply float here, comfortable and quiet, held by the darkness, soothed by the warmth, rocked by the slow movement of the mist. If any thought appears, it is met with the same simple kindness. Noted gently, and then allowed to follow the path of the steam. Upward, outward, and away, into the open night. Everything that needs attention can wait. For now, there is only this soft rising and falling, this slow breathing, this easy drifting. The steam continues its quiet dance above the water. The night holds it all in a broad, peaceful embrace. And mind and body sink together into a calm, open, drowsy stillness. Resting in the gentle warmth and the cool, spacious air, the night has settled fully over the mountains now. Cool, clear, and calm. The air is still and gentle against your skin, carrying the faint warmth of the spring and the quiet scent of stone and earth. The water beside you moves in slow, sleepy ripples. Soft steam rises and fades into the darkness. Everything around you feels unhurried and kind, as if the world itself is ready to rest. For a moment, notice the comfort of where you are, the solid ground beneath you, the warm, steady presence of the hot spring at your side, the way your body has grown heavier and softer, as if it has begun to belong to this place. Now, let your attention drift upward. You lean back a little more, easing your shoulders, easing your neck. Your gaze finds the open sky above the mountains, wide and deep and beautifully still. The first thing you sense is the quiet, a soft, endless quiet that seems to stretch far beyond what you can see. The sky is clear tonight, like a deep, calm lake of darkness, untouched by anything harsh or bright. Slowly, the stars come into focus. Tiny, steady lights scattered across the night. Some are faint and far away. Some shine a little stronger, gentle points of silver resting in the dark. You do not have to search for them. They are simply there, waiting to be noticed. You breathe and let your eyes wander among them, following no pattern, no rule, just drifting from one quiet star to the next. Another breath flows in. Cool air fills your chest, then leaves again with a soft, easy sigh. Each breath seems to open more space inside you, matching the wide space above. As you stay here gazing up, the sky feels deeper. Layers upon layers of darkness and light. A soft, endless backdrop holding all those tiny, patient stars. You might notice one that seems to glow a little warmer than the others. Or a small cluster, gathered together like friends leaning close. Your eyes may trace a faint line between them, making shapes only you can see. Far overhead, a soft band of pale light stretches across the sky. The distant haze of countless stars forming a gentle path that arches from one side of the mountains to the other. It looks almost like a soft river of light, quiet and slow, flowing far above your resting body. You breathe with it, in and out, matching the calm flow of that distant glow. Each exhale easing you a little deeper into stillness. The air on your face is cool and fresh. It brushes lightly over your cheeks, over your forehead, over the bridge of your nose. You might notice the slight contrast where a wisp of warm steam drifts close, then disappears again into the open dark. The warmth of the spring is steady against your skin, a gentle weight of heat that soaks into your muscles, into your bones. Above, the stars are calm and cool, far away and yet somehow close. Warmth below, cool peace above, and you are resting right in between. Your body knows how to soften here. Shoulders relaxing, chest open and easy, legs heavy and loose. The ground supports every part of you without effort. Nothing is asked of you in this moment. With your gaze resting in the sky, it becomes simple to let thoughts drift. A thought might rise for a second, like a small cloud passing across the stars. You see it, notice it, and then allow it to move on, leaving the sky of your mind clear again. Now and then, a real cloud might appear, a faint, slow-moving shape gliding across the night. It does not hurry. It does not push the stars away. It just passes softly, and the stars remain steady and calm behind it. In the same way, any worry or tension that appears can be treated like that cloud, seen gently without holding on, allowed to move across your awareness and then fade, leaving the quiet brightness of your inner sky untouched. Here, under this vast ceiling of stars, you may feel smaller at first, but as you rest with the night, that feeling begins to soften. Instead of small, you might begin to feel simply held. Part of this quiet landscape of mountain, water, air, and sky. Every star above you has been shining for a long, long time. Patient, constant, untroubled. They do not ask you to be anything other than how you are right now, tired or awake, peaceful or still settling. You are simply allowed to rest beneath their gentle light. Notice how the sense of up and down begins to blur a little. Lying back, looking into the deep sky, it can almost feel as if the stars are leaning down to meet you, as if the whole night is a soft blanket, slowly wrapping around your awareness. Your thoughts grow slower, like the lazy movement of steam above the spring. Each one rising, swirling softly, and then dissolving back into the air. Nothing to hold, nothing to fight, nothing to fix. Breath continues on its own, in and out, like the quiet wave of warmth from the water, like the slow, steady turning of the earth beneath the mountains. If your eyes grow heavy, you might let them soften. The stars blur a little, melting into one gentle haze of light and dark. Even with your eyes closed, you can still feel the vastness above you. A spacious calm, like a wide open room inside your own mind. In this ease, any feeling of being alone begins to melt. You are here with the mountains, with the silent stones, with the quiet breathing of the warm spring, with the far, soft glitter of countless stars. The night does not rush you. It has all the time in the world. You are allowed to take all the time you need to settle, to soften, to drift. If a breeze brushes past, you might sense it as a gentle hand smoothing over you. If the air is still, that stillness itself feels like a comforting presence. Everything around you is quietly agreeing that it is safe to rest. High above, the stars keep their slow, silent watch. They have seen many nights, many seasons, many lives. Their calm is older than any worry, older than any passing thought. Resting under them, you borrow a little of that calm for yourself. With each breath, your mind feels lighter, as if small weights are being lifted away one by one, as if the sky is quietly taking them, dissolving them into its endless, gentle dark. Your body is heavy and warm and safe beside the spring. Your awareness is light and spacious, floating somewhere between your chest and the sky. Loose, unbound, free to wander slowly among the stars. Nothing needs to be understood. Nothing needs to be named. Only this sense of quiet belonging matters. You are part of this night, just as the stones and trees and distant stars are. Let yourself linger in this feeling, cradled by the earth, warmed by the spring, watched over by the calm, endless sky. Thoughts drifting further apart now. Pauses growing longer, softer, more open. The stars remain steady above you. The mountain holds you. The warm water hums gently beside you. All around and within, the night is kind and deep. Breath by breath, you sink further into this softness, more relaxed, more at ease, mind floating like a small, quiet boat on a still, starlit lake. And as you rest here, safe under the wide, peaceful sky, everything slowly becomes quieter, and wonderfully, deeply still. The night is quiet here beside the water. Soft steam rises into the cool air, and everything feels slow and unhurried. Warmth touches the skin, gentle and steady. The surface of the spring moves in small, quiet ripples, then settles again. Each breath can follow that same easy motion, opening gently, then softening, then resting. Beneath the water, beneath the smooth stone and earth, something feels strong and still. The mountain rests under everything, holding it all, solid, patient, unmoving, even as the world shifts and changes above. For a moment, notice how firm the ground is beneath you, how completely it supports every part of your body. There is no effort needed to be held here. Weight can be given over fully, little by little, without anything being asked in return. Warmth from the spring rises up from deep below the surface. It feels almost as if the heat has taken a very long journey through layers of rock and time, slowly traveling upward just to meet this one quiet place where you rest now. The warmth is gentle, not pushing, not rushing. simply offering itself again and again. As the body softens into this warmth, the mountain can be felt more clearly. Its strength is not loud. It is a calm strength, an old strength, the kind that has seen many days and many nights and has never felt the need to hurry. With each slow breath, awareness can sink a little deeper, from the surface of the water, down through the softness of muscles, down into the quiet weight of bones, and then even further, into the feeling of the earth holding those bones with quiet care. Imagine the mountain beneath you as a vast, steady presence. It stretches far in every direction, roots of stone going down and down, finding their rest in the deep dark of the earth. Nothing can hurry it. Nothing can disturb its patient stillness. Now, as you breathe, notice the quiet rhythm in your chest, the gentle rise and fall, the soft beat of your heart. Allow yourself to imagine that somewhere deep within the mountain, there is a very slow, very soft heartbeat of stone and warmth. It is not a sound you hear with your ears. It is more like a feeling of subtle pulsing support, a slow, steady presence that has always been there, waiting quietly for you to lean into it. With each breath in, you might sense that deep, slow pulse beneath you. With each breath out, you might feel your own body loosening, settling more comfortably into that rhythm. There is no need to match it perfectly. Just knowing it there is enough. The mountain does not mind your weight. In fact, it takes it with ease, without effort. Every part of you that relaxes is simply received and held. Shoulders can drop a little. The jaw softens. The muscles of the back and legs and belly gently let go of what they were carrying. If any worry or tightness appears, it can be given to the earth beneath you. As you breathe out, imagine it sinking down through the warmth of the water, through the bed of stone, into the deep body of the mountain. There, it becomes smaller and softer, like a faint echo that fades into silence. The mountain knows how to hold things. It has held ancient roots, old rivers, seasons of snow and wind and sun. It can hold every thought that feels heavy. It can hold every feeling that has been hard to carry alone. Nothing is too much for it. Nothing is a burden. Here, in this moment, you do not need to hold anything by yourself. The stone beneath you does not shift or change. It does not ask questions. It simply offers its quiet, steady presence, moment after moment. Feel how the warmth of the spring cradles the outer edges of your body, while the mountain cradles everything beneath the surface. Warm water, soft air, strong stone, all of them working together to create a space where you are completely supported. Breathing can become slower here without any effort at all. In and out, in and out. Each breath rides on the calm rhythm of this place. Thoughts may drift by more slowly, like small clouds moving across a gentle night sky, then drifting out of view again. If any thought tries to cling, it can be given to that slow, steady heartbeat of the mountain. As you notice it, you can imagine placing it gently into the earth beneath you. The mountain accepts it without judgment, without comment, letting it dissolve into its quiet, timeless strength. The longer you rest here, the more you may sense how old this land feels, how many years it has been standing in silence, how many times the sun has risen over its ridges and slipped away again behind its peaks. Through all of it, the mountain has remained kind and unhurried. In this softness, your own pace can change. There is nothing that needs to be done, nowhere you need to go. Time stretches out, unbroken, like a long, gentle breath that never quite ends. You are allowed to be as slow as you wish. You are allowed to be as quiet as you wish. Notice how the body now feels a little heavier in a peaceful way, as if gravity itself has become a soft blanket, pulling you into the safety of the earth's embrace. Heaviness here is not uncomfortable. It is a sign of trust, of being willing to be held. The mountain holds all of that heaviness so easily. It has carried rivers and forests, snowfields and valleys. It can certainly carry you. You are just one small, precious weight resting on its surface, completely safe, completely supported. Sometimes the mind may wonder if it is truly safe to let go, if it is safe to relax completely. Here, the answer is gentle and simple. The stone beneath you has stood through storms, through strong winds and quiet nights just like this one. It has never dropped anything entrusted to it. So each time you breathe out, let go just a little more. Let the muscles around the eyes soften. Let the lips part slightly if they wish. Let the hands rest without needing to hold or reach for anything. Every part of you is already being held. The warmth from below feels like a quiet reassurance, a constant reminder that you are not suspended in empty space. You are resting on something that will not move away from you, something that will not tire of supporting you, no matter how long you remain. In this stillness, you may begin to feel rooted, as if invisible roots are gently extending from your body down into the mountain. They do not pull or bind. They simply connect you to the slow, steady calm of the earth, sharing its peace with every part of you. Breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, your own rhythm and the mountain's rhythm can begin to feel close, almost as if they are quietly breathing together. Not forced, not exact, just naturally settling into harmony. Here, it is safe to be quiet inside, safe to let the mind grow softer and softer, like a voice that is gradually choosing silence over words. Safe to rest in the knowledge that the ground beneath you will not change, even if your thoughts come and go. You could stay here as long as you wish. The spring will keep its gentle warmth. The night air will keep its soft coolness. And beneath it all, the mountain will keep its calm, unshakable embrace. Nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to be different. Just this warm water, this soft air, this deep, steady presence below, holding you completely. Let yourself be cradled by the mountain's quiet heartbeat, the slow pulse of stone and warmth and time. Rest in that steady support and allow everything else to drift away into the gentle, waiting silence. The night is very still around the mountain spring. Soft steam rises and drifts away into the dark, and the warm water rests in its stone basin, quiet and calm. Close in, at the surface, the calm is not completely still. Tiny movements pass through the water, small changes in light and shadow, little rings of motion that spread and fade. Imagine one small point on that surface, a single place where the water lifts and falls, almost too soft to see. From that one point, a gentle ripple begins to move outward, slow, unhurried, as if the water has all the time in the world. It spreads in a smooth, round circle. At first the ring of movement is clear and close. Then it drifts farther away, growing wider, growing softer, until it blends back into the quiet surface again. Another ripple begins, not from the same place this time. Maybe a tiny bubble reaches the air and pops. Maybe a drop of water returns from a rock above, touches the surface, and sends out its own soft signal. A small touch, then a spreading wave. Near the stones, water brushes gently against the sides of the pool. It makes a faint, tender sound, like a whisper smoothing itself out. The sound is never exactly the same, but it is always kind. Sometimes a longer, sliding sigh. Sometimes a short, delicate tap. Listen to that. One tiny tap, then a little rush as the water shifts and settles back. Silence again, but not an empty silence. A silence full of warm air and soft steam and quiet breath. You might notice how the ear begins to wait for the next sound. Not tense, not worried, just curious and open. A small splash there, a quiet drip here. Each sound its own little ripple in the stillness. Somewhere on the rock above, a droplet is slowly forming. It hangs for a moment, heavy and full, held by the night air. Then it lets go. It falls through the warm steam in a tiny arc and lands with a gentle, round note on the surface below. That sound is clear, but very soft. A tiny pluck on the water's surface. The circle spreads smooth and even, then fades. Another drop gathers, patient, unhurried. You do not need to search for these sounds. They come to you. They arrive when they are ready. And they leave slowly, leaving behind a faint echo that lingers in the mind. Water brushes a stone and makes a faint hollow tone, like a faraway bell heard through many blankets. The tone begins strong, then melts away into the night air. The echo seems to rest itself on the dark trees, on the sky above, on the warm stones all around the pool. Each sound rises and falls. Each sound has a clear beginning and a soft ending, a drip, a ripple, a brushed sigh along the rock, and then the gentle fading away. As you listen, the rhythm reveals itself. It is not perfectly even. It is not a steady beat. Sometimes two drips follow close together. Sometimes there is a wide, slow pause before the next one appears. This uneven rhythm feels strangely comforting. It is like the way a relaxed breath moves in its own natural pattern. In, a quiet pause, then out again, long and slow, not forced, not measured, simply happening in its own time. The water does the same. It stirs a little, then settles. A small rush against a stone, then stillness. The sounds arrive gently, one by one, like soft footsteps passing in the distance. Your attention at first might follow closely, almost counting each tiny sound. You might notice how one drip seems to answer another, how a little splash echoes faintly in the stone rim of the pool. You might imagine each sound as a small light, rising, glowing, and then dimming until it is gone. And as you continue to notice, something begins to soften. The need to track each sound grows less. The mind understands that they will keep coming in their own slow, kind pattern. Like a quiet song that repeats and overlaps, familiar and safe. Now, imagine that one spot on the water where a new ripple always begins. You can see it, or simply have a sense of it. From that point, the slightest touch creates a ring that glides outward. Over and over, that place is the starting point, and the whole pool is the journey. As each ring moves, it crosses the faint remains of older ripples. They pass through one another with no effort, no resistance. They meet, and they keep going. Then they both fade, leaving the surface ready for whatever comes next. The echoes of the sounds behave in the same way. One echo fades as another begins. They blend together, forming a soft background hum that your body understands as safety, warmth, and rest. Listen to the small details, just for a moment. The way a droplet makes a sharper, higher sound when it falls into a shallow place near the edge. The way a slower, lower splash rises from the deeper middle. The way the stone seems to answer with a tiny after sound that hangs on the air, Now let those details blur a little. You know they are there, but you do not need to hold them firmly. They can slide together into one gentle flowing music, a quiet lullaby of ripples and drips and soft echoes. The spring keeps moving in slow, tender patterns. Nothing sudden, nothing loud, just warm water rearranging itself, again and again, around stone and air and time. Steam continues to rise in slow waves. Cool night meets warm surface, and each meeting makes another subtle change in the water below. You might sense the thin curls of mist lifting away, leaving behind a deeper stillness on the surface of the pool. Every small sound helps the body unwind a little more. A drip loosens the last tight thought. A ripple smooths out a small worry, spreading it thin until it disappears. A sighing brush against stone shows how easy it is to let go, to soften, to drift. The rhythm now feels very close, like a gentle hand resting quietly nearby. It does not push or pull. It simply stays, steady and kind, as the mind grows heavier and slower, as the body settles more fully into ease. The more the sounds repeat, the more familiar they become. What was once new and interesting is now known and comforting. Another droplet falls, another ring widens, another echo fades into the soft dark. Each fading echo seems to lead naturally toward the next moment of quiet. The pause after every sound grows sweeter, more inviting. Those pauses stretch like soft blankets over the night, covering you in calm. Now the water's gentle music has become part of the background of this moment. It is simply there, like the warmth in the air, like the softness of the ground, like a slow, steady breath. Ripples continue to form and fade. Echoes continue to rise and fall. The night receives every sound and returns only peace. And you rest here beside the quiet spring, listening less with the thinking mind and more with the whole body, letting each soft sound arrive, spread, and slowly dissolve, until all that remains is warmth and stillness, and the calm, drifting hush of the mountain night. Night has settled softly over the mountains. The sky is dark and quiet, and the world around you has grown gentle and still. Steam rises in slow, curling threads from the hot spring, and the air carries that faint, comforting warmth. Everything feels quieter here. Everything feels slower. Your body is warm from the water, heat still clinging to your skin. As you settle at the edge of the spring, you notice how the cooler night air brushes against that warmth. A tender contrast. Cozy warmth beneath, cool air above. Your body knows deep down that it is safe here. Imagine something soft and comforting resting around your shoulders. A thick, gentle robe, or a favorite blanket, wrapped loosely around you. The fabric is warm where it touches your skin, still holding the heat of the spring. The edges fall around you like a shelter, closing you off from the chill of the night. You draw the softness a little closer. The movement is slow, unhurried, almost dreamlike. Your hands feel heavy and relaxed as they gather the blanket in. The weight of the fabric settles around your arms and chest, and your body responds with a deep, quiet sigh of relief. Now the warmth is layered. Deep warmth from inside your muscles after the hot spring. A softer, gentle warmth from the blanket, holding that heat in. And, just beyond that, a cool, peaceful night air, touching only what is left uncovered. Warmth and coolness meeting at the edge of your skin. The contrast makes everything feel even more soothing. Warm cheeks, cool nose, warm shoulders, a hint of night air along the back of your neck. Your body understands this balance and settles more deeply into it. You do not have to do anything at all. Just feel. Notice how the ground beneath you supports your weight, firm and steady beneath the blanket or robe. Your legs grow heavier, as if they are sinking gently into the solid earth. Your spine loosens, vertebra by vertebra, held and supported and completely at ease. Each breath moves through this cocoon of warmth and night. On the in-breath, the air is cool in your nose, soft in your throat. On the out-breath, warmth flows out and settles under the blanket with you. Every exhale seems to deepen the comfort around you, as if you are filling your own little shelter with calm. The night is still continuing all around. Far away, a small sound here and there. A quiet rustle. A faint splash from the spring as water shifts and settles. But these sounds are gentle and distant, like the world whispering that it is all right to rest. The mountain stands nearby like a silent guardian, unmoving, ancient. You can almost feel its steady presence at your back, strong and calm and watchful. Nothing is in a hurry here. Wrapped in this warmth, it is as if the night itself is tucking you in. The air moves over you like a soft hand smoothing a blanket. The dark sky above feels wide and embracing, as though it is bending down to shelter you. You are held by the robe, by the ground, by the quiet mountain, by the stillness of the night. Your arms rest heavy at your sides or folded gently over your middle. The muscles are loose, unneeded. Hands soft, fingers relaxed, no effort left in them. They simply lie there, warm and safe under the blanket, doing nothing at all. Your shoulders drop, just a little more. Any last bit of tension begins to melt, like frost touched by the first light of morning. The upper back softens, the neck lengthens. The jaw lets go. Your mouth may fall slightly open, or close in a soft, easy way, whatever feels most natural. The air you breathe is cool and clean. It brushes the back of your throat, fills your chest, and then leaves again without resistance. Breath by breath, your chest feels heavier, more settled. Your heart moves in its slow, steady rhythm, unbothered, unhurried. Inside this gentle cocoon, time seems to fade. There is only this moment, and then the next soft moment, and the next. Nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to plan. Everything outside this small, warm circle can wait. If any thought drifts through, notice how it softens at the edges here. Like a leaf touching the warm surface of the water, circling once, and then floating away into the dark. You do not have to hold on to it. The night can hold it for you. You are free to rest. Warmth sinks deeper into your muscles, into the quiet spaces between your ribs, into your lower back, your hips, your thighs. Everything becoming heavier, more still, more comfortable with each slow breath. The cool night on your face keeps you anchored in this moment, yet there is nothing sharp about it. Just a soft, refreshing touch, so gentle that it makes the warmth under your blanket feel even richer. You are perfectly balanced between these two sensations, like being cradled between two hands. You might feel the weight of the blanket over your legs, over your feet, tucking you in. It presses down just enough to remind you that you are here, safe, enclosed. Any restlessness in your knees, your ankles, your toes fades beneath that steady, reassuring touch. Your legs feel almost distant now, quiet and still. The night continues, but from within this little nest of warmth, you are apart from it in the best possible way. Close enough to sense its peace, far enough to feel untouched by anything that would disturb you. You are in your own small world of softness and safety. In this quiet space, it is all right to let go completely, to let the mind grow dull and fuzzy at the edges, to notice how thoughts slow down, like footsteps becoming softer and softer on a long, gentle path. You do not have to follow them. You can stay right here, if you wish. Imagine the warmth from the spring as a soft glow under your skin, a gentle light that is not bright or demanding, just a feeling of comfort spreading through your body. It pools in your hands, your feet, your chest, and gathers at the center of you, steady and calm. The blanket keeps that glow close, so nothing is lost. Night air flows around the edges of your shelter. You can almost sense it circling you, protective and kind. The darkness is not empty here. It is full of quiet support, as if the whole landscape is watching over you, saying, rest, saying, it is safe to sleep. Your breathing is the softest rhythm in this space. In and out. In and out. Smoother now, without effort. Each exhale loosens the body further. Each inhale brings in a little more ease. Feel how completely you are wrapped now, by fabric, by warmth, by earth beneath you and sky above. All of it holding you like layers of a gentle embrace. Nothing is asked of you. Nothing is needed from you. You have full permission to drift, to soften, to fade into the edges of sleep. The world can take care of itself for a while. This time belongs only to rest. Thoughts may come more slowly now, or not at all. You rest in the spaces between them, in the soft, dark quiet that lies underneath everything. Warm, wrapped, and deeply safe, you are ready to let the night carry you into deeper stillness, into softer silence, into sleep. Night has settled fully now. The world around the hot spring feels quiet and wide, like a soft, open sky that you can feel more than see. The warm water holds your body in a steady, gentle embrace. Muscles loose. Breath slow and easy. The last sounds of the day have faded into the background, and what remains is simple and calm. Somewhere in the darkness, you can sense the tall outline of the mountain, steady and unmoving. Around you, the quiet shapes of trees, their branches resting in the cool night air. The spring breathes its soft steam, rising and drifting away without hurry. Everything is unforced. Everything is slow. After a long, peaceful stillness, something changes in the air. It is so soft at first that it almost feels like a thought, a slight movement, a hint of coolness passing through the warmth that surrounds you. The night breeze has begun to move, gentle and unhurried. It slips down from the dark slopes of the mountain, carrying with it the quiet sense of the land. The warmth of the spring wraps around you, and over the top of that warmth, the air flows like a cool, tender hand. It brushes across your face in the faintest touch, just enough to notice. The skin around your cheeks, your forehead, the bridge of your nose feels that little shift in temperature. Not cold, just a light, cooling stroke, like the night itself is moving past. The breeze glides over your closed eyelids, across your eyebrows, along the line of your jaw. Every place it touches seems to grow quieter, more relaxed, as if the air is smoothing away the last little traces of the day. Across your lips, you can feel it too. The slight difference between the warmth of your breath and the cooler air as it moves by. Inhale, and the mountain air comes in softly. Exhale, and it drifts out to join the night again. You notice your hands resting near the surface or floating gently in the water. Fingers loose, wrists heavy and relaxed. When the breeze passes, It touches the skin there as well, skimming over the backs of your hands, the curve of each finger, the soft skin at your wrists. Above the water, the skin feels the cool night. Below the water, warmth holds steady. The two layers meet along the surface, where air and water touch. You rest exactly in that place, where warmth and coolness balance, and nothing is asked of you at all. The breeze lingers for a moment, then eases, as if it has moved by and gone on. The air grows still again. Around you, the night returns to its deeper quiet, like a slow breath settling. In this pause, you can feel just how peaceful your body has become. Each part supported, nothing tight, nothing needing to move. Awareness rests lightly, like a leaf floating on calm water. Then again, the breeze arrives. This time, you hear it before you fully feel it. A soft whisper through the trees nearby, a low rustle as leaves turn slightly in the dark. It is a hushed, gentle sound, branches shifting just enough to let the air move through them. The faintest swaying, like the trees are breathing too, in rhythm with the wind. As the sound reaches you, the air follows. It slides over your forehead, softer than before, as if the night is being careful not to disturb you. Along your temples, down over your ears, a quiet coolness spreads and then fades. You may notice the difference between one side of your face and the other. Where the breeze has just passed, the skin feels light and refreshed. Where it is about to move, the warmth still holds. The air travels slowly, giving your senses time to follow. You feel it graze your neck, tracing the line from ear to shoulder, then across your collarbones, wherever they are close to the air. The touch is almost weightless, like being lightly painted with cool night. Each time the breeze moves over you, your body seems to sink a little deeper into rest, as if the wind is gently brushing away the last bits of tension, one layer at a time. Nothing forced, just an easy, natural unwinding. The scent of pine arrives next, faint but clear. Resin and needles warmed by the day, now cooled by the night. The breeze carries that scent down the mountain and lays it softly around you. Underneath the pine, there is the darker smell of earth, rich and still, soil that has held the heat of the sun and is now releasing it back into the cool air very slowly. A deep, grounded scent that seems to say, "You are safe here. You can let go." Farther away, the stone of the mountain has its own quiet smell. Dry, steady, ancient. The breeze gathers these notes together, pine and earth and stone, and brings them past your nose in gentle waves. With each breath, you take in this calm mixture of the land. There is no need to search for the scent. It simply arrives as you breathe normally, without effort. Inhale softly, exhale softly. The night moves in and out, just as your breath does. After each passing wave of wind, there is a stillness. A small, open space of quiet, where nothing seems to move. In that stillness, you can feel how your thoughts have thinned out, like clouds pulled across a wide sky. Another breeze gathers and returns. You hear it in the distance first, a low, airy sound through the higher branches, then closer, brushing through shrubs and grasses, making a soft, shivering murmur along the ground. By the time it reaches you, it is slow and kind. It slides over your face, your hands, whatever part of you is open to the night. The movement is smooth, like being gently rocked in a cradle of air. You might notice that the wind itself seems to breathe. It rises, grows slightly stronger, lingers for a moment with you, and then gradually fades. like an inhale, a pause, and a long, soft exhale. Your body begins to follow that pattern without needing to try. As the breeze grows, your awareness comes forward a little. As it lingers, you rest inside the feeling of being held by it. As it fades away, you drift deeper, like a boat rocking slowly and then gliding on its own. Each wave of air arrives more quietly than the last, soft, then softer. Almost nothing, and yet still there. Your skin notices even the smallest change, and each time, another part of you lets go. The water around you is steady and warm. The air above you moves in these slow, tender ripples. You float in between, supported from below, soothed from above, wrapped in a gentle rhythm that asks nothing at all. Thoughts have become light and far away. They drift in like faint echoes and drift out again on the same breeze that touches your cheeks and hands. Nothing stays long. Nothing needs attention. Time feels loose here. One breath blending into the next. One soft gust of wind melting into the quiet that follows. Moments stretch out wide and easy, with plenty of space for rest. The trees keep whispering quietly to the night, branches shifting a little, leaves fluttering now and then as the wind passes through. Their sound is like someone speaking in a language you do not need to understand, only feel. Your body is so deeply at ease now that even the smallest movement of air seems to rock you. A brush across the face, and you drift a little deeper. A touch on the hand, and the muscles melt further. A whisper along the side of your neck, and your whole being softens. You are no longer separate from the breeze. You move with it in a slow, drifting way. When it rises, a part of you rises. When it falls quiet, you sink again into the warmth and silence, as if you are the wind finding a place to rest. Breath follows this same gentle pattern. In, out. A slow tide of air that carries away anything heavy, anything unused, anything that does not belong in this soft night. Around you, the mountain stands watchful and calm. The spring holds you. The breeze rocks you. The scents of pine, earth, and stone surround you like a quiet song with no words. Now the wind becomes even lighter. It may be only a faint, cool line across your cheek, or a soft stroke over your fingers. A hint of motion, almost imagined, yet perfectly real. Enough to remind you that the night is here with you, gentle and kind. In this easy rhythm of warmth and coolness, movement and stillness, your whole body rests in a half-dreaming state, not quite awake, not yet fully asleep, just floating. Mind, breath, and breeze move together, slow and untroubled. Thoughts spread out into the open sky of the night and fade toward the edges, where everything is calm. Nothing needs to happen now. Nothing needs to change. You are simply carried, softly, by the quiet rise and fall of the mountain air, drifting with the night breeze as it rocks you deeper and deeper into peaceful, silent rest. The warm water still holds the body in an easy, gentle embrace. Steam drifts slowly in the cool night air. Everything feels unhurried here, soft, quiet, safe. Around the pool, the shapes of rocks and trees are already growing a little dimmer. Edges soften, details blur. Nothing needs to be sharp or clear anymore. The night sky is above, deep and calm. Stars rest in their own stillness, watching in silence. Their light feels far away and comforting, like a soft blanket spread over the world. Nothing presses in. Nothing demands attention. The sound of the spring flows on, slow and steady. Warm water whispering against stone. a gentle, regular sound, like a sleepy breath that never stops. With each quiet splash and trickle, the mind loosens a little more. The body is resting so easily now, supported, held, weightless in the warmth, as if the water has learned every curve, every line, and is carrying it with perfect care. Notice how the boundary between skin and water is fading. Where the warmth touches, it is hard to tell where the body ends and the pool begins. Everything is just warm and soft and quiet. Nothing to hold up, nothing to resist. Around the pool, the world darkens just a little more. The trees become gentle shadows. The rocks a quiet outline. The path that led here grows softer, as though night is slowly erasing its footsteps. Even the mountain itself feels like it is falling asleep. Its great, steady shape sinks back into darkness. Only its calm strength remains, a silent presence in the background, watching over this resting place. The air is cooler on the face, on the forehead, on the tip of the nose. Steam curls upward in slow ribbons, brushing the cheeks with faint, disappearing warmth. Breath moves in and out, in a rhythm that does not need to be controlled. It takes care of itself. Every inhale is easy. Every exhale loosens something inside. Shoulders sink a little deeper into comfort. The muscles at the back of the neck grow heavy, like soft sand sliding down, settling at the bottom of the pool. Thoughts drift in, then float away again. They do not stay long. They do not need answers. Like tiny leaves resting on the surface of the water, they spin once, then slide off into the dark, quiet edges. Those edges are growing wider now. The space beyond the pool feels like a soft, endless night. Not empty, just gentle. A wide, comforting darkness that holds everything in silence. The mind does not need to keep up with every word now. It is all right if some phrases pass by like clouds. Nothing important is being missed. Rest is happening underneath it all. The warm water rocks the body in small, almost invisible motions, up the spine and down, across the ribs, along the arms, where fingers may float just below the surface, drifting without any effort. If the eyes are still open, they may grow heavy. If they are already closed, they may sink even deeper into that darkness behind the eyelids. That darkness is soft and safe and thick with quiet, a gentle place to rest inside. The sound of the spring moves farther away now, even though it is still here, like listening from under a thick, cozy blanket, muffled, low, soothing in its steady, unchanging flow. The cool night around the pool fades too. The sense of being beside water, under stars, on a mountain, all begins to blur into one feeling. Warmth, safety, quiet. That is all that needs to remain. The body can feel as if it is sinking very slowly, not down into the earth, but into a soft, limitless darkness. A darkness that is like the deepest, safest part of night. Nothing sharp, nothing bright, only the sense of being cradled. Imagine that this darkness is as gentle as the warm water. It supports every part of you with the same easy care. You begin to float not just in the pool, but in this endless, quiet space, held from every side at once. Around the edges of awareness, the details of the spring grow faint. The shape of the rock under the hand, the pattern of the steam, even the outline of the body in the water. All of it softens, like a picture going out of focus. Inside, there is only the slow rhythm of breath, the lull of warmth, the hush of the night. These are the last gentle threads holding wakefulness. Every now and then, the mind might try to come back to a thought or a plan or a memory. It is all right. It can touch the surface, then sink back down again, like a stone dropping into a still pond, disappearing into the quiet below. Each time attention returns to the feeling of warmth, something relaxes even more deeply. The jaw loosens. The tongue rests softly in the mouth. The space between the eyebrows smooths out, empty of effort. Nothing needs to be done correctly. There is no right way to rest. Whatever happens here is enough. Even drifting, even half dreaming, even not listening closely is more than enough. Now the night around the spring is almost completely still. The distant sounds, if there were any, have faded into a gentle blur. Only a soft, velvety silence remains, wrapped all around this place like a cloak. The body feels heavier and lighter at the same time. Heavy where it settles into warmth. Light where it floats, almost weightless in the darkness. A quiet balance of sinking and drifting. Thoughts, if they appear, may sound slow and far away, as if they belong to someone speaking softly in another room. They come, they go, and the space between them grows wider, filled with silence. In this space, there is nothing to hold, not even the image of the mountain, not even the shape of the pool. They are still here if they are wanted, but they can also slide gently into the background, like a dream at the edge of sleep. The warmth itself begins to feel like a presence, a kind, steady presence that surrounds and protects. It does not ask for anything. It only stays, watching over every slow breath, every soft heartbeat. Now the line between this resting place and the world of dreams is very thin. Sleep might already be weaving its own gentle pictures, bits of memory, small fragments of sound, drifting like mist across the mind. Nothing to follow, nothing to chase. If the mountain hot spring wishes to stay with you, it will. It can wait, just beyond awareness, as you drift deeper inside. Its warmth and safety can flow quietly into your dreams, like a soft underground stream. And if the scene chooses to fade away completely, that is all right as well. The feeling remains, the sense of being held and warmed and protected by something calm and steady stays with you, even when the images dissolve. Soon, even these words may begin to lose their shapes. They may turn to a simple hum in the background, easy to ignore. You are free to follow them, or to let them pass by, while the rest of you slips into a deeper, quieter place. Nothing is expected now, nothing is needed. Only this slow sinking into comfort, this gentle drifting into your own quiet dreams. The night holds you, the warmth surrounds you. The darkness beneath you is soft and endless and kind. You can rest here, without effort, without watching over anything at all, and gently, quietly, fade into sleep. The night has become very quiet now. The mountain is still. The warm water holds you in an easy, steady cradle of comfort. Steam rises and fades into the cool air, and everything around you feels soft and unhurried. The stones beneath the surface are warm and smooth. They support you without asking anything from you at all. You are simply here resting, surrounded by gentle heat and quiet air. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be fixed or solved. A calm hush lies over the mountain. The trees are motionless silhouettes against the sky. The faint whisper of water against stone is slow, steady, and distant. It is like a kind, low voice, repeating again and again that you are safe here. Each breath is softer than the last, in and out, without effort. The air is cool on the edges of your nostrils, then warm as it leaves. Your chest rises and falls in a slow, easy rhythm, matching the peaceful pace of the night. The warmth of the spring wraps around your body like a quiet blanket. Every part of you can loosen, and then loosen a little more. Muscles that worked hard during the day are no longer needed. They melt into the water, and the water welcomes them without question. Thoughts that once felt loud and busy are far away now. They drift like thin clouds that no longer hold your attention. If a thought appears, it softens at the edges, then slides away into the dark, gentle air. Nothing has to be followed. Nothing has to be held. All that matters is this slow, peaceful resting. The mountain watches over you like an old, patient friend. Solid, unmoving. It has seen countless nights like this. It knows how to be still, and it lends that stillness to you. The curve of the shore, the shape of the rocks, the quiet shapes of trees. All of them lean in, as if they are forming a soft shelter around you. They are not asking you to wake up or to notice them. They are simply keeping guard, so you can let go a little more. The sky feels wide and deep, yet gentle. High above, stars rest in their own calm silence. They do not demand your gaze. They simply exist, steady and constant. Their quiet light seems to mix with the rising steam, turning everything around you peaceful and pale. In this warmth, in this silence, you are completely allowed to rest. You are allowed to be exactly as you are, without changing anything. You are allowed to let heaviness fall away, and let the night carry it off down the mountain. You are allowed to stay here, as long as you wish. If any part of you still holds on, it can soften now. Tightness around the eyes, in the jaw, at the back of the neck. They all feel the gentle support of heat and water. They slowly release, like knots untangling in warm hands. The back sinks more deeply into comfort. Shoulders drift lower, no longer lifted, no longer braced. Arms float in the warmth, so light and unburdened. Legs become heavy and relaxed, joined to the earth through the quiet pool. The night does not hurry you. Time here feels wide, like a calm lake with no waves. Each moment stretches softly into the next, without edges, without rush. You can linger in any breath, in any feeling of comfort, for as long as you like. You do not have to stay alert. You do not have to listen for anything but the gentle, distant sounds of water and night. Those sounds are steady and familiar, like a lullaby with no words. They carry you deeper into ease with every quiet echo. Here, in the mountain's embrace, you are completely safe. Protected by stone, by water, by the hush of the dark. The world beyond this place can wait. Nothing from outside needs to enter this soft circle of warmth and quiet. If sleep wants to come, it can arrive like mist drifting over the surface of the spring. Slow, light, and effortless. You do not have to invite it or pull it close. You can simply rest and let it wrap around you whenever it chooses. And if sleep does not come right away, that is also perfectly fine. Rest itself is enough. Lying here, breathing slowly, held by the mountain and the water, you are already doing everything you need. You are already giving your body and mind the gentle pause they long for. Each breath draws in a little more peace. Each exhale releases anything that still feels sharp or heavy. The warm steam carries it away into the night. You are left with softness, with quiet, with a feeling of being deeply, kindly cared for. You might sense your awareness sinking gently inward, like a stone settling at the bottom of a clear pool. There is no effort in this sinking, only gravity and ease, deeper and calmer, quieter and softer. The spring cradles you without moving. The mountain holds the spring. The earth holds the mountain. Layer upon layer of steady support under you, all the way down. Nothing can disturb this sense of being held. Not a stray sound, not a passing thought. They arrive softly and leave softly, barely touching the calm at your center. That calm is yours, and it is very deep. Warmth lingers on your skin like a slow, gentle glow. The air brushes lightly over any part of you that is above the water, cool and kind. Together, warmth and coolness balance you, easing you further into rest. Your whole being answers with a quiet, wordless yes. You may drift away now, if you wish, into dreams as soft as the steam, as peaceful as the stones beneath the water. Or you may stay floating at the edge of sleep, simply enjoying this calm stillness. Both are welcome here. No one is asking you to return from this place. The mountain will keep watching. The hot spring will keep holding you. The night will remain gentle and wide around you. You are safe. You are warm. You are deeply at ease. Let the quiet of the mountain surround you now, and simply rest, for as long as you wish, in this soft, unbroken peace.